Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Shobha Bhardwaj, Assistant Professor, School of Management, working at Institute of Management Studies Ghaziabad University Courses Campus. So today I am going to discuss about the topic HR 4.0 Transcends in HR domain. So this topic is briefing about like what are the convergence and emergence occur in the HR area. So before discussing about the HR 4.0 development, that is the advanced form of HR, I would like to discuss what do you mean by HRM. This is the basic concepts. So the HRM term emerged from the industrial welfare concept in the mid of 1980s. So before HRM concept emerged, personal management concept mainly used by the companies where the basic form of HR practices followed by the industries. So after the emergence of HRM in 1980s, following practices for the welfare and development of the employees conducted by the companies. So this is the mainly focus on employee related activities such as selection, training and development, performance appraisal, compensations and their welfare related activities. So now I would like to discuss the transformation from Industrial Revolution 1.0 to 4.0, because after the emergence or the introduction of the Industrial Revolution 4.0, there is also an impact overall over the industrial perspectives. Like either you are working in the marketing department, HR department, IT department, production department. Industrial Revolution 4.0 generally impacted all over the industrial working styles. So what is the Industrial Revolution 4.0? So in this picture you can see in the first industrial revolution there is a mechanization, water power or steam based power system generally used by the company. So after the development of Industrial Revolution 1.0, there is an emergence of the electricity based energy used for conducting or for using the technology for operating the machines. So mass production assembly line based on the electricity power based. After the evolution of industrial 2.0, in 3.0, computer and automation has been emerged. So all the tasks and the activities generally managed by the computer based systems, where the data is stored, managed and it can be circulated among the organization based on the departmental requirement. Now, the current situation or the emergence or the latest form of industrial revolution is the 4.0, where cyber physical system or artificial intelligence has been introduced in every aspect of the industries and their working styles. So we are currently experiencing the fourth industrial revolution, that is the 4.0, where the smart technologies revolutionize the traditional form of working such as automation, monitoring and analysis of the supply chains. So artificial intelligence introduced everywhere in every aspect of the organization, their working, their production unit, their departments such as marketing, HR, everywhere HR 4.0 impacted so that they can maximize their profit by limiting their the errors for. Now the topic is HR 4.0, like what are the transcends or what are the convergence occur in the HR from the HR 1.0 to HR 4.0, although it is a very new concept and not very much familiar by the organization and the manager of the company. But most of the companies which are MNCs or large size companies or in the foreign countries are generally uses this HR 4.0 concept and getting the benefit and advantages after implementing their technologies and upgradation in their system. So HR 4.0 closely tie up to the industry 4.0. Obviously there is an impact of industry 4.0 over the HR 4.0. So it refers to the fourth industrial revolution and represent the transformative shift in the realm of HR, or we can say the human resources. So this revolution entails increased automation with the HR functions, such as the recruitment function is managed by the artificial intelligence, which generally take the interview of the candidate, manage their data and represent in the calculative or in the informative form and can be disseminated among the department who need their this information. So ATS, or we can say the applicant tracking system, is also a part of AI or HR 4.0. So this revolution entails increased automation within the HR function, enabling a shift from manual, bureaucratic, centralized system, or I can say the error means system, and the repetitive task has been totally we can say the change, or we can say the upgraded into the form of technology based task. So the components of HR 4.0 mainly are the four. Like first one is the big data analysis, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and some companies also uses the technology of virtual reality. So now I would like to brief about the big data analysis. What is the role of big data technology in the HR 4.0? So, big data is the collecting, organizing, and analyzing large volume of data to uncover the valuable insight of the employees' information. Manager must leverage this type of skill to extract the manifold pattern and trends from the vast employee data into informative form. So this is just we can say the general briefing about the big data role in the HR 4.0. Now, Internet of Things. What is the Internet of Things and what is its role in HR 4.0, or I can say the development of manpower of the company? So, a network of interconnected devices and sensors that collect and exchange employee experience and productivity. This is the basic role of Internet of Things. Now, what are the skills a manager must possess about handling the Internet of Things in the organization? So, IoT enabled devices such as smart badges or wearable technologies to gather real time data on employee activity, their health, their welfare. All about the employee information can be collected by using these wearable badges. So, this is the Internet of Things role in HR 4.0. Now, I discuss the artificial intelligence role in the development of HR 4.0. So, artificial intelligence has the potential to revolutionize, or I can say the transformative change among the traditional form of tasks managed by the HR department. So, various HR processes such as recruitment, onboarding, it can be managed by the AI very easily. So, AI based chatbots streamline candidates screening and promptly respond to the inquiry of the employees and the candidate who want or seeking the job in the company. It can work for the internal and external department, or it can say the managing whole the external and internal task of the company. Now, I would like to discuss the cloud computing role in the development of HR 4.0. So, cloud computing is a practice of storing and accessing data and programs over the internet rather than local server. HR can gain better flexibility after using this cloud computing concept, because cloud computing is basically I can say a technology advancement where the data can be stored and managed very effectively rather than using the internal server processes of the company. So this is the extended form of data management. Now, what are the advantages of HR 4.0? Why the company should change their traditional methods and shift from the traditional HR practices to the HR 4.0? What are the advantages? What are the benefits they can gain after implementing the HR 4.0? So, here I have mentioned a few benefits the company can gain after using this technological advancement or can upgrade their system. The first one is the minimization of the error and the reduction of the manual work. Of course, the if the more the human beings are involved in managing the task, the chances of errors is obviously present here. So it is not mean we are replacing the humans from the technology. It is the advanced form. That means we are reducing the chances of error, and the technology is obviously managed by the workforce or managed by the humans. So technology is not replacing the humans. Technology is helping the humans. Next advantage is cost reduction in terms of labor and material like paper and computer, like a bureaucratic approach. Previously, the companies using, and most of the SMEs are using nowadays, because HR 4.2 is very new in India. So the most of the companies using same paperwork, handling the task, managing the big data. So the cost involved in all these activities is very large. Next advantage is enhanced ease of manager and analytics in decision making process. As I have discussed already, the types of technology which enables the manager to manage all the tasks in an effective, in efficient way, and it can present the data in more logical way by implementing the algorithm and other techniques. Next advantage is expansion of strategic capability in people management. You can use the traditional techniques, but it should be upgraded. Like if you are using training and development, performance management, the technology can help us to manage the data and represent it in a more effective way, so that we can take out the decision in an error free form, in a easy and representative form, rather than it is a time consuming process if we use the paper task computer based systems. So next advantage of HR 4.0 is increased likelihood of attracting and retaining the top talent. See, we are nowadays handling the Generation G. So Generation G need the technology and they want to learn new things every day. They don't like the a repetitive task. So for retaining all these or to maintaining all these talents in the organization, you should upgrade your system to compete, to retain, to reduce the employee turnover. Next advantage is the facilitated contribution of HR to improve productivity. Obviously, the main goal of any company is to increase their productivity and reducing the wastage by reducing the chances of errors. So, productivity can be enhanced by improving their quality, can gain more profit by implementing the right technology at the right time at the right department. So next advantage is the possibility for innovation in the field of HR. Every department has should be an open-minded to adopt the new technology and upgrade themselves from time to time to compete in the market. So here I have mentioned the few example of AI-based recruitment startup which are very much known in the market. So first one is the Paradox is the name of the company or is a startup. It was established in 2016 in Phoenix, Arizona, USA. So this company is a deal with the AI assistant Olivia, which interact with the candidate via the social media, mobile platform, and the web to find out the right talent and maintain their data in the system. So, out of more about their qualification, industry knowledge, and prior employment, all the data has been stored in their software. So, Olivia then outlines the next stage for the candidate, arranging their interviews, provide natural language technology support, and responses to their inquiry immediately when any candidate feel any problem at any stage of the recruitment process. So, I can say it is a recruitment based startup. So next company is the Eightfold. Eightfold is an Indian startup AI-based company which was established in 2016 in Noida. It offers AI-powered talent intelligence solutions based on the algorithm. So many big client of this company are like Air Asia, Tata, and other so many which are taking the help of this type of company, AI-based company, to gain the new candidate, to hire the talent for their company and how to manage their recruitment task. So this is the service providing company which is based on AI. So, what are the challenges faced by the companies in applying the HR 4.0 concept? Like most of the company owners have the myth in the mind, like it needs a huge amount of cost involved in it, and we are not able to handle the technology, and the employees feel resistant or are not able to adopt this type of technological advancement. But before knowing anything about any technology, we cannot interpret about it. This is the perception, not the reality. It can be factual or it can be imaginary. So what are the challenges faced in applying the HR 4.0? I have mentioned few points. So company may face a number of obstacles when implementing 4.0, but it can be managed, which refer to the integration of technology and digitalization in the human resource management. So first challenge they generally faced in implementing the HR 4.0 in the workplace is the change resistance. I already discussed the employees, and it is the basic nature of the human beings. They generally resist the change and they don't want to adopt any new technology and So they resist any change, like it can be beneficial or it can be not be beneficial, but they generally think it is not beneficial for them. So first thing is to break their change resistant mode. Second is the skill gap. They think that the technology upgradation, and for adopting a new technology, employee skills are needed. Yes, certain type of skills are required for managing all these new technological upgradation at their system. So training is a method that can upgrade them, that can make them eligible to handle all these technologies. It is not an impossible task. So next is the data privacy and security. Yes, the data totally handled by the technology. So always there is a chances of errors, like for the data leaking and privacy break. Next is the ethical consideration. The employees feel that after implementation of AI at the workplaces, their privacy, their ethical, their information can be misused by the anyone, because the data is shared among the departments based on their requirements. So they think that there is a chances of leakage of their personal information. Next is the challenges faced after applying the 4.0 is the change management and employee engagement. It is the role of a manager to discuss the advantages, like why we are implementing this technology, what are the benefits they can gain, what are the skills they can gain, like what are the competencies can be enhanced after applying this type of technology. If the manager is able to represent the technology in a very informative way, obviously the employees generally can unfreeze from the chain resistance mode. So next is the cost and return on investment. Yes, you should measure the implementation cost and return on investment after implementing any new technology. Like what are the return we can gain? You can calculate the cost and expenses include by matching their return on investments. So to overcome all these obstacles, rigorous planning, effective change management strategies, stakeholder participation, and constant review and adaptation of the employees and the managers are required time to time. Otherwise, it is not a beneficial to impose any technology without their feedback, without their consideration. So drawback in applying HR 4.0 concept. So like some of the drawbacks as per the opinion of the experts and professionals I have mentioned here. Like while HR 4.0 offers several advantages, obviously there are also some type of drawbacks involved in the implementing this technological advancement. So first one is the version of development mostly rely on data management. Yes, the data is totally managed by the technology. So data is the main form over which the technology works. So data is the centralized form. Next is the less rely on manual and human touch. Yes, artificial intelligence somehow replaces the human beings, because as for example, recruitment process nowadays is transformed from manual or human based to the artificial intelligence based system. Next, completely depend on the technology. Yes, technological advancement. We are moving from IR 1.0 to 4.0, and we can easily see the advancement occurs. So we are totally dependent on the technology nowadays. Not all employees will have the requisite abilities or be at ease with the technology. As I already discussed, the change resistance, some employees are not able to opt all the technological advancement. They show resistance, they are comfortable with the bureaucratic and traditional form of practices. So this is all the human nature, or the we can say the behavior of the humans. We have to deal with the humans also along with the technology advancement. Next is the cost involved. Yes, any technology implementation need a huge amount of investment over it. So this is also the cost and expense involved in it is very high. Next is the chances of losing vital human expertise and judgment in decision making, because somehow in some places humans intelligence has been replaced by the AI. So the critical decision making process of the human beings is replaced by the AI subset and the information provided by the AI. So this is also a drawback of the application of HR 4.0 at the workplace. So at the end, to address these difficulties, a careful, balanced approach should be maintained by the companies at the workplace. Like a right form of technology should be applied based on your company requirement, and it should not replace the human or manual work, because the human knowledge level cannot be replaced by the technology. So, as a concluding note, finally, AI play a critical role in HR 4.0 and transforming traditional human resource practices and propelling digital transformation, because HR 4.0 is based on digitalization and technological advancement, which is AI based system. So it provides various advantages, including increased productivity, data-driven decision making, improved employee experiences, maintaining their welfare, upgrading their skills, increasing their competencies, and the last is optimizes the production also. So AI has many form of advantages which company can gain after implementing at the workplace.